Welcome everyone to another Super Saturday, and we are so excited today to be able to talk about how to build an MB30 group when you're over 50. You know, there's a lot of people, the baby boomer generation, that thinks that MB30 is just for the young. Well, I want to tell you that I personally feel that as a baby boomer and just also as a parent, as a grandparent, I've always felt like, and we know that in our country, No Child Left Behind, we've always invested in the future generations of our country. And in XANGO, we certainly invest in the future generations of XANGO. And what's really exciting, of course, is this group has just taken off the past couple of years. It began with a thought and a hope and a dream, and it's become a worldwide movement. And in that worldwide movement, we see things that are changing the rules of the network marketing industry, changing the rules of direct sales, changing the rules of just personal growth and development, and it's very, very exciting to see. So today, what we want to talk about is we're going to have Marlene Bryce talk to us about what our role is in helping to not just sponsor, but to develop, to mentor the MB30 generation. And we're also going to hear from our MB30 generation as to what they're doing and what they need from us for support and leadership and mentorship. Because as we commit and partner together, the baby boomers and mentoring the MB30ers, together as partners, we benefit each other so much, because the MB30 generation is putting life and excitement and activity into this business of ours, and of course we have the years of experience and the million-dollar paychecks to be able to teach them how to get what they want, and together there's no stopping us. So before I introduce Marlene, I wanted to take a few minutes and just walk you through just a handful of these MB30ers. I just went onto Facebook and took some pictures. I took some pictures of some of the MB30 group and their Facebook page, as well as just some pictures off of their photos. And these are just some of the MB30ers that we're going to meet. We're going to meet one of them on the phone here today, very exciting. But these are just some of the MB30ers. And as you take a look at these pictures, you're going to start to see a little bit of a pattern. And the pattern that we see in all of these pictures is, number one, they're representing their brand. Number two, they're sharing the best day yet. They're sharing the product. They're telling people about what we have to offer. And number three, we're having fun. We're having lots of fun. There's fun. There's activity. I mean, doesn't this look like the kind of life that you'd want to live? It's just to be involved with people that know how to have fun, make money, change the world. And now I'm just going to take you through. These are just some pictures that I grabbed off of the picture profiles. Now, so what's interesting is if you take a look at some of these pictures, you're going to see, and every single one of them, every one of these MB30ers, they're sharing product. They're having fun together, they're networking together, and they're having fun. You see activity, you see fun and excitement, and you also see the MB30 partners, the mentors, the million-dollar earners. So what I really want to do right now is turn the time over to Marlene Bryce, because Marlene has, so everybody knows her heart, her love, her passion. And Marlene is just totally devoted herself to this MB30 group. They love her. She loves them. And she's got so many members of her team already qualifying for the next global event and hitting the ranks and winning contests. And some of them are already qualified to go to the Mexican Riviera in January. So Marlene, please just share with us. We've had so many conversations about this. Share with us what you're doing, how you're helping your group grow and be successful.
Well, hey, everyone. I'm so honored to be on this call and I have to tell you, I just started this call with a combo, my Limitless and Ignite, so that I can stay focused, because that's what I really want to do here. I'm so excited to be with all of you. And the first thing, Colleen, yes, we've had many conversations about this, and I can't even begin to tell you how inspired that I am by this generation and by these groups. But I want to just take a moment here and say, I encourage each and every one of you to go out and sponsor a group, an MB30 group. And, this really is the future of our company. We all know that XANGO is going to be number one someday. Now, I don't know if I'll be around to see it, but the thing of it is, how are we going to do that? We're going to do that with new blood. We're going to do that with the next generation. And as Kali had said earlier, we want to give back. I all these faculty members that are listening in or that are part of XU, and, many of us that are in the leaders here, it's really our responsibility. I'm here to serve, and I want to give back. And I'll tell you something. Maybe you are thinking, I thought about this. Why do some people shy away from this group? And, well, I think one of the reasons is you don't think you have the energy for this age group. Well, I'm going to tell you something. They sure energize me. And when you think about it, isn't that what you want, whether it be an MB30 group or any other group? Ron and I used to say, one thing you can do to get if any of you are, and I hate to use this word, discouraged, but sponsor a group that, the activity level is going to just soar, and you're going to get totally energized. So I love working with this. They don't wear me out. I get energized by them. The other thing is you think, well, you can't relate. Well, sure you can. Sure you can. But what do you have to do? You've got to know your team. I know every single one of these people. Now, we got a picture up here of Team No Sleep, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. If you look at every single one of these members here that have from 1K to 10K here, I know their stories. I take an interest in them. I know every single one. Plus, I also have a group just starting here. They call themselves Just Inspire. They're under a group here in Springfield, Missouri. I know their stories. And, so take an interest. When you think you can't relate, you can. Trust me. You get to know these people. You're going to, you will be able to relate. Now, well, how about social media? You might say, oh, my gosh, it scares me. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want anything to do with Facebook. Well, how many times have we heard, hey, technology, look what's going on here in XANGO. My goodness, with my XANGO Builder and the apps and everything. But you know what I did? Because I didn't know technology like this. You got to realize I used to have 3 people building this business, and now I'm by myself. So I can become a little overwhelmed. And you know what I did? I went to my team, and I said, all right, guys, what can I do to help you on social media? And they came to me. They taught me what I need to be doing. Of course, I'm not doing what they're doing, but I do what I need to do. They helped me grow as a leader. And I believe if you're a leader or anyone, you've got to step out of your comfort zone. I encourage everyone, don't be afraid of this. And so I really love the fact that they taught me what I needed to know, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But it's not that hard. It's just a mindset, and we'll get into that a little bit later. And then you might say, well, they're not serious. The heck they aren't. I've got a gentleman coming on here that's going to talk to us for a little bit, part of Team No Sleep, Jonathan Pearson. He's I'll show you his picture a little bit later, but he's very serious. Everyone that you see all these 1Ks to 10K. We did a training the other night, and I can't keep up with this group as far as I send them a little something when they hit 1K. I think leaders need to be readers, and I send them a book. Well, I couldn't even get the books out fast enough to the 1Ks. And not only that, you look down here, you've got this Let me tell you, let's go back. Look at John Pearson's going to be coming on talking to us. Well, he made 1K in less than 28 days. Well, guess what? Then Steve Cox, what does he do? He breaks it in less than 24, and now we got Parth Partel, who did it in less than 20. So it's just been amazing what they're doing, and they're working together as a team. But I just want to talk to you about, so I wanted to bring some of those out. And, before I forget, I want to say if you really ever have a question about, working with this age group, or if you want to call me, you can call me or email me or whatever, and I'll talk to you even more than I'm going to be talking on this call. So obviously, and another thing is, people might say, well, they don't have any money. Well, I don't know. There's ways we can help people. Here's what I do. Every single person, and I train this, we want to bring them in where they're comfortable. I don't want to force somebody into something that I'm going to lose them next week or next month or whatever. So we can talk about that too. But they also are very active in the, you see all these samples going on all over the place. But they have such a great follow-up system, and they're bringing in customers. They're starting, and those customers are turning into business builders. But what happens? So they start where they're comfortable. They go out and they sample. They do a great job of following up. You can see this by all these advancements here in these pin levels, and then they're getting their fast money from their commissions, and then they go ahead and they up it to what they can, maybe to the next Zalo pack, and then we're in the meantime looking for our builders. So a lot of things that go on here. Now, my role in this, I feel, I had to take a good look at myself. I really wanted to understand, this group. Number one, Kenny Cool we sponsored Kenny Cool about 6.5, 7 years ago. Did okay as a 1K with the juice, but when this came to market here, these three products, we knew that he was going to be able to wrap himself around us, and he has. But until Kenny came back from Long Beach, and that's why when we were talking about events earlier, or I think that might have been on the AMP call, conventions and events are so critical because they had a great opportunity there for the MB30 group in Long Beach. And he went, I know Ray Heron was at that event, and Richard O'Brien, a lot of us were talking to the kids. Kenny and I had a great conversation. We got into the customer program. I mean, I'm telling you, Kenny came home, got busy. He was so creative on social media and with their Instagram. And let me back up about that for a minute, because when I talk to you about getting, being afraid of social media, they will take care of it. Trust me. This group will take care of it. I don't have to worry about it. I just have to comment when I see something going on. Of course, they're going to tag me, so what do? I go in there, I make a comment, or I'm definitely going to hit. And that's my responsibility. I don't post as much, but I post, I recognize, and I do try to do once a week. But I mean, don't worry about that. Just because they're doing Instagram and they're building this way, I mean, I'm supporting them. So I hope I'm making myself very clear there. I am not on Instagram. They are. But they're doing, with the social media. I'm supporting them. I ask, teach me how to do this. What can I do? So that's my job there. Now, I drive, Team No Sleep is 4.5 hours from my home. And I drive, so I'm usually there at least twice a month. And the thing that I do, I have found a location at a hotel that I stay at, and what is so exciting to me when I come there and I let them know, now we do have these events and trainings, and we just had Aaron and Tommy Johnson going to be coming in, but I go in early, and then I say, okay guys, I will be at this hotel, I'm coming in, I'll be there at 1 o'clock. Well, I'm telling you, they come to my hotel, and they will not only come for strategizing sessions, we'll do some training, but guess what they do? They bring people in front of me. You see, because there's a really big feedback here. I'm going to try and pick up off the speaker. I'm sorry, Holly. All right, so when they come to the hotel, they're not only coming to do one-on-ones with me, and of course we strategize and we do things like that, and we really do some training, but guess what they do? They bring people in front of me. They bring guests. They bring people to meet me. They bring new people to meet me. I mean, we may just, there was one time before Aaron Garrity's meeting, I think there were 6 of them. There were six of them, and came 7. Actually, Rebecca had to leave early, and there were 6 of them, and we just sat in front of the fireplace, and 6 hours they were with me, and the time it felt like they were gone. I mean, it felt like they were only there for a half hour, but we are so connected, and that's what I bring. And I'm going to have John talk a little bit, not right this minute, but when he comes on, he's going to tell you what it means to them. And see, the thing of it is, they don't know what they have ahead of them. They don't know.
they need the guidance and the mentorship. They need to know that Marlene Bryce 11 and a half years ago built with Run 6 months to premiere with one product, no social media. I compare everything. So guess what, guys? Look what you have in your hands here. Now, we talk about that. We talk about, getting to their next pin level. And we talk about going from event to event, from meeting to meeting. And they're doing it. It's all activity, just like Ron and I did 11 years ago. So, and what else do I bring? I'll do three-way calls for them. Again, they put me on the phone. They introduce someone that's been in this company for 11 years. Things that we talk about, strategy. You name it, I am there, and that's my role with them. Now, I also have to tell you, I'm so proud of this group because we've got two people. I think it's John, you, and Zach are qualified for Mexico. Guess what? They inspire me. So guess what? I got to qualify for Mexico. They're not going without me, right? I don't want to have to buy trip points from them. So what is it doing? It's making me work harder. I mean, this group has got me back in the gym. I haven't been in the gym for over 3 years, and I went and signed up for your contract, and I'm back in the gym. I have a personal trainer. You see, they're making me a better leader, and guess what? They're making all of XANGO. All of XANGO is watching all the stuff that's going on in social media. And you know what? It's helping each and every one of you because people are watching this and people are saying, oh, my goodness, XANGO, yes, I want that product. Or I've got some people that have been on sabbatical. I call it sabbatical. And guess what? They're coming back and they're saying, hey, Marlene, I want to do this. Can you hook up or can we hook up? So, there's just so much excitement going on right now. All these MB30ers, and they're all so connected. And the other thing is I want to tell you, I'm jumping around here, but let me get back to Mexico. Not only does, we have people qualified for Mexico, but as Holly said, I have this whole team. Okay, we've got Zach and Kenny and John Pearson now from Team No Sleep are going to go global, and of course Audrey Johns is coming with us. But guess what? The rest of this team wants to go. So what do we talk about? Okay, it's like this. You make the decision. We've got to qualify by the end of June. So we make a decision, right? This is what we talked about at our training. We focus. We're going to work hard. We're not going to have any excuses, and we are going to work as a team. And we're going to try, we're going for it. We want to bring as many people to go global from our group as possible. So that is pretty much, I just have to tell you, I love it. I love it, and they have just been, inspired me. I know I've become a better leader. And, some of you might say, well, how do you start, or how do I get someone? Well, go back into your group. Do you have anybody in the age? Now, I'll tell you something, not everybody in this group. Most of Team No Sleep are, they're 21 to, I've got some of them are over 30. But it's working together, and they that's just it. They are there for each other, all right? And they don't do it alone. They do not do it alone. When they are sitting in front of somebody, they're constantly connecting someone on. Do you know what they have me doing? I'm not kidding you. I have a baseball hat in my office, all right? Because if I have a bad hair day, and I never know when they're going to say, hey, can you please jump on the Google Hangout? Guess what my answer is? Absolutely. Absolutely, without a doubt. I want to be there for anyone as far as that goes, but I never knew how to do a Google Hangout until I got involved with this group. So again, I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm having fun. As Kelly said, we're having a great time. I've got actually 4 of them are going to be, Kelly, you'll be there with probably many of the other leaders to the AMP First Academy. In fact, I was going to go, but I've got some of the gals coming down here from Team No Sleep. We're going to do some intensive training and work on our vision boards and things like that. So I'll be going out in August with Tyson Scott and Jimmy Hall from Boston, part of this group, and we'll be out there in August. So the other thing I wanted to say, if you have someone, don't try to do the talking. Just invite them on to the MB30 call. These guys have a call Monday through Friday night. Monday through Friday night. Go on the MB30. You'll find all the details. Invite someone on that call. Let them do the opportunity call for you. So with that, I would like, John, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there's my smiling guy. I love John Pearson. If you've been on Facebook, boy, you see him. He's all over the place, and he just has a smile on his face. And I asked John. He's actually John made 1K in 1 month. He made 5K in less than 3 months. And there's my shirt, John. I love that shirt, by the way. Love it. And
hey, Marlene, I'm really smiling right now. I think it's stuck on my face forever.
You got it, John. All right, so I asked John to come on because now I told you kind of what my role is. And by the way, he is also qualified for Mexico and he's going to go global. So this gentleman, I can say so much more about John. You probably have heard him speak on quite a few of the calls, but he's just an amazing man. I truly have much love and respect for John Pearson. And John, why don't you come on and talk about a little bit about what I was talking about, what you see. You know, you and I were talking about my role.
Absolutely, Marlene. I'm highly excited. I'm so excited that I pulled over in this gas station parking lot, and these people are probably looking at me like I'm crazy as I'm walking around in the parking lot, but it's all good. So I really I'm blessed to be a part of XANGO, and Marlene Bryce, I truly don't just consider her a business partner. I consider her family, and she's like an angel brought into my life, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart because I changed my life in March 1st, 2013, and you know, when I say it goes hand in hand with my recovery, she sends me a motivational quote every morning, and what that does is it blocks out the negative and it feeds your mind with positivity. And I since quit watching the news because what the news does is, and I learned this from Marlene and Aaron Garrity when he was in town, what the news does is it kind of, you wake up watching violence and chaos, and you go to sleep watching it, so your mind is kind of focused on the negativity. You got to focus on the positivity. Marlene goes out of her way to help us out, and I grasp a hold of her because I want what she's got, and I'll put her on the spot. I won't even announce a call to her. One day I was downtown and with my friend Jada and this guy Zach, that's a sales associate for a high-rise apartment in downtown, and I called her, and Marlene was driving, and she pulled over at a gas station parking lot to hop on the call, and she really reaches out to anybody. She actually, she was in town, and I went to speak to some really young children, and I was blessed to have her there, and she got to meet my friend, the mayor of Ferguson, who's actually about to be on Team No Sleep. We talk about going out your comfort zone. I could talk to administrators from the Salvation Army to government leaders to people that have nothing, because there ain't no excuse if you have no money, because I know what it's like to have nothing, and I know that there ain't no excuses, and you know, some of the things I learned from Marlene, like she said, you gotta make a decision, you gotta stay focused, you gotta work hard. There ain't no excuses in life. Teamwork, you know, we work as a team. We're like a big family, you know what I mean? And then you know, there's a, if I remember right, Marlene, you got to build you up, you know, and then you got to ask yourself why, you know, something emotional, and write down like realistic goals, and our team does that, and you know, kind of make a list of about 20 people, Marlene, and that's what she kind of guided us that in the training, and then plug into, you know, read books, and like I said, positivity, and you got to hang out with the right people, because negative people get you nowhere in life. And I love getting on any calls, any webinars that I can. And I love Marlene because she's a multi-million-dollar earner, and she doesn't have to do this. She chooses to do this out of the kindness of her heart because she's absolutely amazing. And you know, it's and then there's something else, you know, you got to market your way on social media. Yeah, of course everyone has problems in this world, but you can't get on there and complain about your life, because that Marlene always talks about the law of attraction, and that'll get you the wrong attraction level. And you know, I get people, I'm you know, and I really think I'm living a dream because I really used to be homeless, and that's what, there ain't no excuse for, you can rebuild your life at any time. It's never too late to achieve your goals. And I learned this stuff, along my way, but since I've been with XANGO and people like Marlene and Kelly in corporate and Ray Heron always says, if you paint the picture, people pay the price, and success is a mindset, because it really is. And it's you just don't go out and hand out a sample. You got to follow up, and you kind of got to ask them when they'll use the product, and then add them on Facebook if they ain't on there, and kind of build a relationship, and it might take you a long way. And like when I first started, I was just passing out samples, and like the name Steve Cox, that was the first sample I passed out, and at first he wasn't interested. He was kind of leery because network marketing has kind of a bad name. But when they start seeing the true relationships like me and Marlene have, and she's amazing. Like I said, when I spoke to the kids, I really started crying afterwards, because this little boy, we had our whole team there, and it was for troubled, not troubled youth, but people in the projects, and Ghetto, and Marlene came up there, and I was so blessed to have her, Zach, Kitty Cool, Dan Robinson, and Brittany up there when I was speaking. And this little boy, at the end, they got professional football players and police officers there, and our team came up there, and I'm telling you, it was some type of spiritual awakening for me, and Marlene got to witness that. This little boy hugged my leg, and they called me Officer Pearson up there just to give me a title, but they said that I reached out to them more than football players due to the teamwork that we got and the family that we brought up there. It amazed them, and they actually, all the little kids wanted to sign up, but I wasn't up there for that. And the little boy hugged my leg, and he said, Officer Pearson, we're going to feed our mind with positivity, and we're going to succeed, because anything is possible. And it really touched me. And then Marlene talked about these books, and she sent me a couple books, and along with Priceless Relationship that we got. And it always stood out to me. There's a book called Pulling Together, and I don't, at one time in my life, I wasn't even supposed to be able to think, but this Limitless Ignite got me so focused that I got my eyes on these targets, and I'm chasing dreams, and Marlene's with me every step of the way. And what a quote that stuck out to me in that book, it talks about teamwork, and it says, teamwork is the ability to work together towards a common vision, the ability to direct individual accomplishments towards organizational objectives. It is the fuel that allows common people to attain uncommon results. And what that means is, if you work as a team with a common vision, you're guaranteed to succeed. And Marlene is with us every step of the way. And then she gave me another book that it says Expect to Win, and it just kind of, it's a really good book. I haven't totally read it all, but it's letting you know how to succeed. And then Zach Babcock has another book. I can't think of the name of it, but it tells you about network marketing yourself. It's all about presentation, and I'm just blessed to have Marlene along the way, because I want Marlene to be $1 million K, and not because of the money, because life's outcome ain't about the income, it's about how you overcome. But I want Marlene, because she's just like, I really mean this, I love this woman to pieces, and I would do anything for her. I'm actually, I was vacuuming about my car, and that's why I'm in the gas station parking lot, but I would do anything for her, and I'm just blessed to have her in my life. And, positivity is the key in marketing. We're family, and it just means the world to me to be a part of Marlene's life and know her story like she knows ours. It's more of a business tip. It's a personal relationship and development, and I'm just truly honored to be a part of this and have Marlene as a leader, and Tommy Johnson coming in town, and Joe Morton coming in town, going to Utah, going to Las Vegas. And yeah, I really am excited to go to Mexico. I've never been to Mexico, and I need to get on this passport, but I might have to get two, Marlene, because I've almost got a trip for two. So with that, Marlene, that's about all I got.
Oh gosh, John, thank you so much for everything, and you're just amazing, and I love this picture that's up. I just love this picture, and I have to tell you, if you would have been there and seen these children and these young adults and the questions and how they ask John. John, you really inspired this group here, and I was so glad to be there with you. So thank you for giving us some of your time this morning. And before I turn it back over to Kali, I just want to mention one more thing, what this team does together. I can tell you they have already fed over 1,000 meals to starving children and nursing mothers through the Meal Pack program. They, as a team, they at all of their parties, or their meetings or events, they make sure they focus on the Meal Pack program. I know I've got some of these team members that have 20-some boxes out. I've got one that has 24 boxes out. And this is how, this is how Parth Partel came in. Zach had gone into one of the businesses, and Parth owned, and he was part of the Meal Pack program, and then Zach and him got this relationship going, and so one thing led to another, and guess what? Parth came in as a builder. He made 1K in less than 20 days. So with that, Kali, I hope this helped, and I hope I didn't miss anything.
Hope I didn't talk too fast, Marlene. I love you.
I love you too, John. Okay. I'm turning it back to you, Kali.
Awesome. I just had to unmute.
Okay.
Well, the great thing is, John, even if you talk too fast, I get accused of that all the time. We do have these recorded, and people can go back and listen to it again and again and again. And I just want to thank you, John, for sharing here with us today, and Marlene also. And I want to put a challenge out to all of XANGO Nation. I believe that we have a responsibility to our future generations. Our country believes it. As parents, we believe it. As grandparents, we believe it. In XANGO, we need to believe it. And we need to step up to that responsibility. Now, it could be scary and intimidating because, like Marlene said, the MB30 generation uses social media tools. She's not on Instagram. So we don't have to, as the older generation, learn to use all the tools and the technology the younger generation does. We don't have to build like them. We simply have to be there for them. We have to listen to them, understand their needs. We have to mentor them. We have a responsibility. Now, a lot of people will just sponsor people, and I've been down. I believed in this cause. The moment I heard about the MB30 movement, I was so excited because that's exactly what I believe in. I believe that we need to invest in the future generations. And so I was very excited. And, of course, I went out and I sponsored lots of young people, but it took me a while to learn what the young generation needs. They don't need us to be on Instagram. They need us to be there for them. They need us to mentor them. They need us to tell them what they need to do to be successful, to help them with the personal growth, with the mindset, to be there for them on a Google Hangout call, last-minute notice. So throw on your baseball cap, get in front of the camera, and don't worry about it. Just be real and be yourself. But most importantly, love them, care about them, invest in them. And the really awesome thing is, folks, this is a win-win thing. This isn't just a selfless act, because this young generation with their social media tools that they were pretty much born plugged into a computer, they are going to go out and it's viral. It's viral with them and how quickly you saw the pictures. They're out there sharing the message, sharing the best day yet, having fun. They're not out there posting all over their Facebook trying to pitch people. They're just posting the pictures of their life, their XANGO life, of sharing with people, of changing lives. We have an opportunity here to not only bless the lives of so many people, the future generations of XANGOs, but also ourselves. It's not completely selfless. We benefit as well. When we help a new group get started and become successful, we get paid too. So this is a win-win partnership, and I want everyone to go out. And if you have any questions, okay, there's this. Guess what? XANGO Convention. So the event after the event, there's going to be a lot of amazing stuff at convention. We're going to have lots of fun, lots of MB30 fun, and you can still qualify for lots of cool stuff at the convention. You can qualify for the MB30 Light Party, so make sure that you are plugged in, XANGOrush.com, and see everything that's going on. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff. But following convention, the event after the event, and you can pause this real quick and go to the site so you can see we're having a post-convention training, and we've got Tommy Johnson, Armando and Patricia de Guzman, Marlene Bryce, and other MB30 leaders that are going to be there, as well as so our MB30 leaders and our MB30 mentors will both be there to help you MB30ers learn how to build the business. You're going to teach each other, because certainly we can't teach you what you do so well naturally. So MB30ers are going to teach each other what they're doing successfully on Instagram and all the other social media tools. And the MB30 mentors are going to teach us, the older generation, what we need to do to help and support this movement. So to get your tickets to that, just go to XANGOUnited.com. Let me just pull this up real quick. Okay. So XANGOUnited.com. We've got, if you look at the speakers right now, and we've got so many more being added, it's just a matter of getting them up and getting them posted. But the speakers we have right now, pretty much every leader in XANGO who's at least a premier or above is going to be sharing. Now some will just be sharing their testimonials, what they're most excited about convention, because there's going to be new product tools and new product announcements, and sometimes it could be confusing after 3 days of, oh my gosh, I got so much information, I'm so excited, I'm on fire, but what do I do next? And so we're going to tell you that. We're going to say, this is what I'm most excited about, and this is what I'm going to do leaving here today. This is what I'm going to do in the next 30 days. And it's going to let you leave with an absolute action plan. And some of these are, like I said, are the MB30 mentors that are going to be teaching us how we can help support this movement and keep it going. And then, of course, our MB30 leaders, which we expect Jonathan to be one of those leaders, as well as Kenny, as well as Zach, as well as there's several of them that will be sharing with us what they're doing successfully, so that other MB30ers who don't just automatically understand and know what to do can be successful too. And this is a global convention. We'll have MB30ers from around the globe that will be able to help at this event. So with that, I am going to go to some questions if anybody has any questions. I just want to, again, thank you, Jonathan, and tell you how amazing it is. I haven't met you in person yet, but I've just gotten to know you a little bit by going through your Facebook and your pictures and your messages and the things that you post, and I am very, very excited to have you as one of our XANGO business partners and MB30er today and future MB30 mentor, because I know you've got a lifelong career here ahead of you, because you got a whole lot of people to help. So thank you for that. All right, I'm getting to the questions here. What is the MB30 call and where to find it? That's a very good question. I find things all the time, but Jonathan, if you're still with us, why don't you tell us where you go for resources instantly? I know where I find stuff, but there might be even better, easier places to find MB30 resources.
All right, I had unmute my phone, but there is a library in the back office for MB30 resources, and then on social media, like I know Armando and Rebecca always post their calls, and Kenny posts his calls, and I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it's Monday through Friday, and it starts at 7 o'clock my time, and I live in St. Louis, so that's Midwest time, Midwest time, and so Central Time, I'm sorry, but and there is a library in the back office.
Actually, I don't mean to butt in here, but Kali, I've got the number. Do you want me to give it out?
Well, yeah, but I was just wondering if there was a place that has that people could go to. So we'll give it out today for people on the call. Go ahead and give it to us, Marlene.
It's just like John. Yeah, okay. It's 206-402-0100, and the PIN is 782-350#, 7 Central Time, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
And they're really awesome calls, and Armando and Rebecca's call the other day was amazing. Every time I get on one of them calls, I learn something new, and I love to learn because I grasp onto the tools that are on them calls and leaders like Marlene that to be successful. And in order to be successful, like Marlene says, you gotta leaders are readers, and knowledge is the key to success.
Awesome, thank you. And we'll make sure that call is posted in a primary spot in the MB30 movement page on Facebook. I know that you'll find it if you look for it on the XANGO site. On the XANGO Facebook page, which is facebook.com/XANGO Juice. You see it there posted all the time, but we'll make sure that we get it in a primary spot for you so you don't have to dig for it. But yeah, Monday through Friday, and our group here uses it a lot, so make sure that you plug into those. All right, question about the event. After the event, do I get 2 tickets when I purchase the couple? Yes. If you purchase the couple, you get 2 tickets, and there's a discount for that. So let me go back to that page real quickly. I didn't finish actually showing that, so let me just show it to you real quick. Resume. All right, so if you want to get your tickets, there's a couple places that you can find them. Right here, there's a link, early bird tickets on sale now, right here, where it's got the countdown, 98 days to the event, and underneath that, the countdown to convention, 95 days to convention. So we're under 100 days now, which is exciting. So you can click on the register now here or here. It's also on the Facebook University page, facebook.com/XANGO University. So you can click on the on sale now, and here's what we have right now. We have the individual single price ticket, or $25, or you can get the couple, the early bird couple, for $40. So you save $10 by getting a couple. So you can all just get a couple, even if you're not a couple, and have an extra ticket for somebody that you're going to get there last minute, and therefore you get your tickets down to just $20 each. Susanna is asking if the MB30 calls are recorded because it's really late in Europe. So either Marlene or Jonathan.
Absolutely, they're recorded. I do believe so. Ain't they, Marlene?
Yeah, as far as I know, they are.
And where do we find the recordings?
Well, Jonathan?
Usually, I know Karen posts the recorded number on her Wake Up to XANGO call, but I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm sure we could get that.
You know what I would suggest, Carly, is I'm pretty sure that I will find out the answer to that from Kenny, but I'm pretty sure if you just stay connected into that MB30 group page, and that they have all the information there, and they usually send out the recording. I've seen it like right after, but I'll make sure I find out the answer to that.
All right, perfect. So let's just, if everybody's plugged into the MB30, and there's a couple of them you can just plug into, but make sure that you plug into the one. There's a secret group that has over 9,000 members, I think, right now. Make sure you plug into that one. That's the primary one that Grady Harding usually posts everything to. So you can also look at Grady's Facebook page to see some of the stuff that he's recorded, and the calls and whatnot are there as well. But we will find out, and we will get that posted to the main MB30 movement page. So you'll be able to find it there. All right. I think that's most of the questions there. Let's see. Is there anything that I missed? Let's turn a few minutes over to Sandy Cohen. She can give us some of her thoughts and let me know anything I might have missed that I need to show you.
Awesome, Marlene, John, Carly, just amazing. And, you know, this MB30 movement, Marlene, you're so right. This is the youth. This is the people who don't want to be like their parents at the age of, 60 or 70 to keep working till they drop dead. But, Carly, just so you know, I texted you the image for the MB30 nightly calls. Armando Jr. was kind enough to send it to me immediately. So maybe you could pull that up and do your techie magic and bring it up on the screen. So
sure. I could do that. It's on the XANGO page.
Okay, good. And I'll make sure that I also send it to my email list as well. And I've been doing that, but, not every single day, obviously. But if you put this in your phone, everybody has a smart device. So every night from Monday to Friday at 5 Pacific time, there is an exciting call to plug into, regardless of your age, just so you can get a taste of what's going on. But I think it's really important to get that commitment for you and your team to be at Rush. This is not negotiable. And from what I'm hearing, this is going to be the biggest, baddest, most amazing convention in all of XANGO history. And I'm going to say something, and I hope I do not get in trouble, Kali, but I'm going to say it anyway. This new product launch or products launching, because I'm really not 100% clear on that, is the first time in XANGO's 13-year history that it's a worldwide launch. That means, typically we come out with extraordinary products that are available in U.S., and then it gets into Canada, and then it trickles to some of the other countries. This is the first time it's going to be a global launch. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss all the training, all the special pricing if you're in attendance. And this iPad, everybody, there is no excuse. Everyone should be on stage. We should worry about the stage collapsing, the platform, from all the people that are going to come on stage to accept their branded iPad, doing what they should be doing anyway with sampling product. And it's all centered around feeling great. I mean, like Marlene shared with me before the call, sometimes we have to take, I call it a Zalo Pro cocktail. And sometimes I have to take that twice a day, especially before a meeting. I know we did a meeting in LA, and I opened my mouth, and I asked Eddie to remind me to take my Zalo Pro cocktail before the meeting, and we were so busy talking to people that I forgot. And I opened my mouth, and it was, oh my God, what is coming out of my mouth? Like the brain is not connecting to the voice. So if you have not yet had your best day yet, once you experience the Zalo Pro products, you will want to share them with everyone. Make sure you have your Rush tickets. This is critical. I mean, think about it. $20 when you're brand new, and you've got 60 days to secure that special pricing. Otherwise, for everybody else, it's $129. So if you're in XANGO longer than 60 days, and you have to be at Rush, contact your upline leader, because many of us purchased blocks of discounted tickets. So if you have people that have been in XANGO maybe for a while, or they've been customers, and now something's happened in their life, the timing is right for them to finally live life as it should be, just reach out to the upline, because we've all got tickets that are discounted while they last. And, we were on the AMP call at 8 o'clock Pacific this morning. Were you on that call? Was your team on that call? And if not, why not? Is your team on this Saturday morning call before you do everything that you need to do on a weekend, whether it go to Costco or take the kids to play soccer or whatever it is? Your life and how you're going to live your life depends upon plugging into what we offer. And I loved Ryan's quote this morning, and I'm going to try to remember it. And let me see if I can go to my page, because I posted it on Facebook, because he always ends the AMP call with a great quote, and I'm going to end what I have to say. Of course, Kali, you're going to show everybody where to get the tickets for the event after the event. We also have a special on brochures that Kali will show you where to take advantage of the June promotion on that. But here's what Ryan said this morning, and you need to write this down, and you need to read it out loud, because you have to ink it to think it. I mean, just don't think it. You must write it down and say it out loud. And here it goes. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is what you do. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is what you do. Great quote from this morning. So plug into all the calls, the product experience calls, and this is a call to action for product experiences because we want to have as many product experiences, not only on those calls on Tuesday night, but at the event after the event, because that's not a corporate event, you know, and hopefully the FDA or the FTC or whoever is watching Big Brother is not going to be there. And we're going to hear some amazing stories about what the product has done for so many people. So send an email to faculty@xuworldwide.com if you would like to share your product experience either on Tuesday night calls and or at Sunday event after the event. So I think that was everything that was on my list, Kali. So if you will show everybody, of course, good. She's already ahead of me. She had the MB30 call image up, and it'll go out in an email later today, I promise you. So just save it on your smart device. And Kali's going to also show you not only where to get the tickets, but the brochure promotion. And what I do in my Zalo 3D packs, of course, I have at least 15 prepackaged in advance. But I include not just a brochure, but I also include a XANGO single. Why? Because a XANGO single, in my opinion, is what creates the ability to live longer, healthier. So even if you're 18 years old, you need to know that disease usually takes about 10 years before you're diagnosed, and usually it's too late. So everybody should be on XANGO juice. And if you can't afford to take 2 ounces with every meal, then 1 ounce with every meal is the minimum you should be having. So back to you, Kali, and thank you for letting me share.
All right, thank you, and I'll just do the housekeeping, show everybody where to find all the good stuff. And I don't know why those MB30 calls were not on the xuevents.com, but they will be. So by the time you hear this recording, if you're listening to the recording, it will already be up. XUevents.com is actually XANGO events that include XU events but also include corporate events. And so some of the weekly events that we have, of course, is the Product Experiences Call every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Mountain, the XANGO Weekly Webinar Training every Thursday at 6 o'clock, Pacific, the XANGO Get Amped Call every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, of course, our faculty workshop that we're on now at 9 a.m. Pacific. We will have the MB30 calls listed here so that you can just, any event that you're looking for, you'll be able to find them at xuevents.com. And of course, we just posted about the event after the event, which is also a link right there that will take you to the XANGOunited.com site. And that's where you'll be able to get all the information, see the speakers and all of this, and we'll just continue to add more to it. But just know we've got 2 hours focused on MB30 on that event after the event. We have an entire hour of the MB30ers teaching other MB30ers how to build this business and be successful, and another hour on the older generation, teaching the older generation how to mentor and help the MB30ers. So that's exciting, and of course the whole rest of the morning is also committed to new distributor training, what you should do your first 30, 60, 90 days, and developing your action plan, leaving convention. Then the afternoon we've got a lot of great leadership training, and the agenda will be developed and published as we go on. XANGO University is on Facebook, facebook.com/XANGO University. Make sure you like it, plug in so that when we post events, as we post events on our blog, they automatically get posted to here, so you can always see what webinars are going on and stuff if you plug into that. Of course, XANGO University, the website is xuworldwide.com. Once again, over here on the XU events, hot links, there's a link to the best day yet, a link to the university, a link to a gift from us, Zalo experiences. There's hundreds of people sharing their experiences. If you've got an experience on any of the Zalo products, please send it to us so that we can include them on the Zalo experiences, etc. So there's a lot of amazing resources and stuff there, but the university is here. In the university there is a resource building, and in the resource building, we'll see if I'm logged in. Nope, you must be a member. Let me log in real quick. The university tuitions are just $15 a month, and it includes, not only does it include your University, which is going to give you access to, let me just show you this real quick because this is an MB30 resource. Our Masters of Motivation building is just filled with all the greatest of the greatest Masters of Motivation, their books, their ebooks, their videos, their audios. There is a $50,000 library that's here, that's yours, it's available so that you can plug into personal growth and development every single day and continue to grow your mind as well as you're growing your business. In the resources building, you'll see the faculty training archives. When you click on that, you'll see the videos of the last workshops that were done. Today's workshop will be posted by the time the weekend's over. Oftentimes it's posted the same day. I think that's all for where to find stuff. If you'd like to get a little taste of the university if you're not yet a member, go to Zalo3D.com. This is going to take you on a little tour of a couple of the buildings that are public, so you don't have to worry about being a member. It'll just give you one little look at the prospecting tools on Zalo 3D. There's lots of other prospecting tools in that building, but it'll give you the Zalo 3D. At the bottom of that, if you click there, you'll go to the Resource Center. That'll give you a little taste of the different resources that we have for Best Day Yet, including the links to faculty, workshops, etc., the Power of Three, the Ticket to Paradise, My XANGO Builder, all of these trainings, the weekly webinar trainings, they're all archived here. Now, you have to be a member to have full access to everything, but at least this will give you a little idea about what's there, and some of these pages are available, and these videos are available to you. So Zalo3D.com, and you'll be able to get a taste of the university. And then, of course, all you have to do is sign up. Instead of sign in, it'll say sign up, and you can become a member and have access to all of that yourself. So I think that's about all I have. Marlene, I would love for you to close us up for the day with any final words or thoughts that you'd like to share.
Oh my goodness, it's just been an incredible call with you today, Collie, and I want to thank you for inviting me because, you know, it's just been, I want to tell you something, it's been a whirlwind for me, and I just want you to think about what Collie was saying, and I so agree. It's really up to us to mentor, to give back. This age group, these people, I mean, you know, when I listen to their stories, Collie, and when I ask them their why, it's rarely about them. It's rarely about them. It's about helping their family. It's about helping their parents. It's about helping other people. I mean, this meal pack program is huge to Team No Sleep and to other, you know, to other people in this group. It's about, you know, it's about life experiences. It's about seeing, you know, they want to go together as a team. I remember, Collie, the first event Ron, Bryce, and I went on, and that was our trip to Thailand. And we were brand new in the company, and we looked around, and we said, wouldn't it be great if we could be here with our premieres? Like I think it was, I remember Mike and I can't remember who all was there. I just know there were a lot of premieres there that had premieres. I know Grace and Bob Dick were there, and it was a great experience for them to have people on their team with them. Well, now, you know, I can bring this to this generation and say, look, this is how it used to be, but look what you have. Look at the opportunity that you have to travel the world, to create life experiences, because really that's all we have. We have memories. Trust me, I know. I hang on to my memories, my experiences in life. And now, Collie, we can do this with our teams. They don't have to be 100K and above select to go on these fantastic trips that XANGO takes us on. We can experience them with our 1Ks. We can experience them with our team members, and that's what this is all about. And they didn't know that. So again, you know, Collie, I remember you always saying, even if you don't want to go on the trip, build towards the trip. Absolutely, because this is going to grow your business. And I am so excited about being in Mexico. Again, inspiring me to grow my business so that I can qualify to be on this trip with many team members and plus all of the people that will be coming and joining us. To me, that's phenomenal. So I encourage you to don't be afraid. Go out and sponsor, get a group going in this generation, give back. You're going to be energized. It's exciting. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please get in touch with me. I would love to take the opportunity to visit a little bit more with you and share why I'm so passionate about working with this generation. Colleen, thank you for inviting me on the call.
Thank you, Marlene, and thank you, Jonathan. I look forward to spending some time with you in Mexico, and thank you all of XANGO Nation who tuned in here today. The recording will be up soon, and you will be able to share this call with members of your team. If you're an MB30er, send it to your upline. If you're a baby boomer, this is for you to share with all of the members of your team that are over the age of 50 that want to help. The MB30ers just don't know how. And Marlene, thank you so much. You sure helped us a lot here today. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you on a future webinar.
All right. Bye, everyone.